Well, hello there. My name is Jon Meyer. I think it's time we have ourselves a nice, friendly scoring competition. If you follow my channel, you know that I love filmmaking or trying to be a filmmaker as much as I love music. And some of you have requested that I take some of the shots that I've made over the years and put those together in something that you all could score. A few years back, to celebrate my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, they took us on a Disney cruise to Alaska. So we were the real winners in that scenario. Of course, I took my camera and I filled up SD card after SD card with beautiful footage of Alaska because everything you point the camera at is beautiful. So I gathered a handful of the shots, laid them out on the timeline, and tried to put them in order in such a way that there could be a story. I added some sound. I talked about this more in depth in the last video, so you can go check it out. And then I tried my hand at dramatic voice acting. And I'm giving you a very vague, but definitely a mood and a vibe to this short piece of film that could be used in a lot of different scenarios. And your job is to take it and score it. I'm not going to give you any more instructions or guidance on what to write. I want to hear what you all can come up with. We'll talk about the rules and the prizes and all that stuff in a second, but let's watch the film together. I had been drifting for days. After a while, I lost count. I've lived here my whole life. I've seen a lot of people go out on the water. When they go missing, they usually don't come back. All right, maybe a tad depressing. All the sound on the video is not real. I layered that in after the fact. I got it from Epidemic Sounds Effects Library, wind sounds and the boat sounds and helicopter. So that's all added after the fact. And the voiceover, I tried to give you some space to where you can come in and out and maybe write some phrases that, I don't know, you do whatever you think that you need to do. Contest rules. 1 entry per person. Number 2 is very important. You can only use my sounds, the prototypes, or the Meyer felt. Both require the full version of Contact, or you can use piano book sounds. So you can use a combination of all those things or piano book. I was going to make it to where you had to use only my sounds, but that requires the full version of Contact, and I want to make sure that everybody contribute. So you have to use my sounds or from piano book. And if you're not familiar with piano book, I know most of you are. So many incredible sounds, plenty of sounds to do this job and to do it well. When it comes time to pick the finalist, I may request a screenshot so that I can use it in the video to talk about the finalist and the winner. I want to be able to share this with everyone. So if you don't want your information shared, then you probably don't want to enter this contest. You can take the sounds and manipulate them any way that you want. Add reverbs, delays, pitch shifting, but I would like you to be able to explain what you did so that we can better understand how you got from point A to point B. Number 4 is also important. You must submit a video. You can't send an MP3, no emails or anything like that. Upload the video to YouTube and tag it Jon Meyer Scoring Competition. Now, this is important to remind you all how to spell my name. Jon Meyer. I'm sure Jon Meyer is having a scoring competition at some point too, but this is the Jon Meyer Scoring Competition. Just to be safe, put the tag in the title of YouTube and in the description. Number 5, download the MP4 file. That's pretty self-explanatory. Number 6, entries must be submitted by Monday, June 28th at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, Texas time. I've said they're all important, but number 7 is absolutely the most important. I, Jon Meyer, will pick the winner based on what sounds good to me. That's all I can say at this point. I may invite a few friends to join me in the process to kind of narrow things down and get their opinions on it. But I'm going to pick the track that moves me, that I think fits, that sounds the best. Technically, it sounds good. The mix is good. Also, it fits and takes us on a journey. And I don't know where that journey needs to go yet, but when I hear it, I'll know it, and that will be the fun. The prize for the winning entry will be this Native American flute carved by my brother-in-law's father, Vernon Agold, who made the flute that I used for the flute and violin, which is one of my prototypes, that also became Spitfire Labs Arctic Swells. And I guess I'll let you use that as well if you would like, because that is basically the same thing. And at the moment, I'm not sure I have the flute violin up on my prototypes page, which you can get it at Piano Book. I should be ready to ship this to the winner about the time that the contest is over, but it may take a little bit longer because I'm working on something special involving this particular flute. And I will ship it worldwide as long as the cost does not exceed $200. If it does, then you can opt for a $100 cash prize. But hopefully, I figured out that around $150 is where it is to ship to most places outside of the United States. So as long as we can fall in that range, I'll gladly ship it to you. I'm going to pick 5 finalists. One of those is the winner, and you will receive a copy of my next commercial release, which has a date to be determined, but there will be another one at some point. If you have not purchased the Meyer Felt and you would like that, then I will give you that instead. In order to be eligible, you must fill out the form that's on my website and submit the video to YouTube. And if you do those 2 things by Monday, June 28th at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, then you will be eligible to win one of these prizes. I'm excited to see what you all come up with. I think it'll be a neat learning experience for all of us to see how each individual person approaches writing music for the same scene. I think we'll learn a lot from each other. You've got just over a month to do this, so there's no real rush, but be sure to check out Jon Meyer Music /scoring competition for the latest information, and I'll talk to you soon.